Our entire ecosystem is a delicate balance of species. Species of plants which hide animals and they supply pollen for insects and butterflies. Everything is in a delicate balance. If you start to upset that, things can start to go wrong. So if you have a plant that can totally eliminate other species, you upset biodiversity. It has been identified as more of a threat to our existence than actual habitat loss for ourselves or the species on which we depend. So biodiversity is very important. We can travel around KZN and we can come to some areas where the vegetation has been totally replaced by aliens. We can look at some of the really bad ones like lantana and triffid weed. They're well known. They totally eliminate anything that grows on the ground. And you can go to other areas where cat's claw, balloon vine are terrible problems, and they will be a bit more in the higher areas. And balloon vine and cat's claw occur, they've escaped from gardens, they occur around the towns, and they're getting into the valleys and the ecosystems there, and they're doing tremendous damage. They pull down the trees. And triffid weed is one that is beginning to break out. It occurred only around Pietermaritzburg for many years, and now it's breaking out. We've got plants doing the same coming down from Pretoria, but a plant like the croton weed is going to start causing problems elsewhere, and we have to recognize them. And a lot of these areas where these are really bad are municipal-owned areas, and we now have to decide how we're going to tackle those. The municipalities have a problem, is that they don't have the resources to do it. They can call in working for water. Some of these areas are up and down the Umgeni and Duzi rivers, but that river is seriously blocked. And it goes right the way up to the Midmar Dam. And there is an organisation called DUCT, the Duzi and Umgeni Conservation Trust, and they do a lot of work. But it is funded by the Lotto. It is not a regular thing. And when that money's gone out, who's going to do it? But a lot of these conservation areas are municipal owned, and we have to find ways of controlling and preventing the spread of these alien weeds. The situation is never hopeless. It is never a war we're going to win totally. It is just a continuing battle. And we have to find ways of extending our life on this earth by keeping the important species down. There are always some people who will say, well, just leave it. Let's just get on with it and we'll all change. But we have to produce food, we have to conserve water, and we have to find ways of doing that most effectively. And aliens at the moment are the biggest threat to that. So we can't just leave it, we have to go after it. And we have to find ways of doing it commercially and effectively. Biological control is going to be more and more of a solution, but it's not the only solution. Lantana can't be controlled biologically, so we have to find ways of going about it. The strategy now, over the past 20 or 30 years, has been a huge improvement in the planning and recognition of the distribution of these species, understanding the problem, and where we can, putting in control strategies. The government has working for water and others. Private landowners are becoming more and more aware, and we have to find the most effective ways of doing that.